Hello, beautiful people. Today is the 20th of August, and August is the 8th month, and it is strength, and some decks it is justice, and we also have judgment. So, judgment is to me kind of like you reap what you sow, or what do you need to know about your decisions in life until now, and how you're going to move forward on a higher or your highest timeline. Excuse me. And it's a beautiful day here. And yeah, I haven't made it outside today. Fancy that. Hopefully tomorrow. So anyways, I thought we would use this deck by Eric C. Dune and Kim Huggins, and it has an extra card in it, which is the all gifted card. So for this spread, excuse me, the first card we're going to look at is, what parts of your life so far haven't been as successful as you had hoped? What life events would you do differently? So I'm just going to spread the cards out here. I've shuffled them already. And just remember, this is like a general reading. It might apply to you, might not. Hopefully you can get something out of it if you listen to it. Excuse me. Okay, I have this moldavite here. It's the only crystal. I had a bunch of them. That's the only one that ended up on the table. So here we go. So what past mistakes have you made, or where haven't you been so successful? We get the Nine of Swords. Anxiety. You know, fearful of decisions, fearful of things that could hurt you, fearful of things that are hurting you or have hurt you or are hurting you. Excuse me, you guys. It kind of reminds me of that cartoon, like Rapunzel, where she like puts her hair down to get out of the castle because she feels stuck. And this girl is surrounded by like some pretty dark entities. So what kind of mistakes have you made that have led you to people who are dark, where their vibe is lower than yours? And what can you do to raise your vibration? Like, what life events could you have done or would you have done differently? Seven of Swords. It's kind of like the Thief card. It's kind of like, trying to get away with something here. Or you've chosen situations in your life where people are actually manipulative and you don't want to see, like, the moon. It's void, you know, you're like, no, don't see that, because it's a tough card. It's almost like, could mean like a dysfunctional, toxic type of a relationship, you know, where this person doesn't even see all this manipulation going on behind their back. And interesting is 7, which is the Emperor and the Empress. So maybe you've made some just decisions or choices in life that you know, kind of stolen your mind, stolen your feelings of safety. And what are you proud of? What are your past successes? So what are your past successes? 6 of Swords. You've been able at times to move on from maybe this, you know, cunning person, and just, you know, get in this ship and go to different waters. And it's like, You might have to escape. You might have had to escape situations, and maybe you were successful at that. You know, maybe you just needed, okay, I gotta jump ship. That's what I gotta do. I'm Sun in Taurus, and we're pretty fixed, and we're all like, kind of the people are just like, we take it, and then we're like, yeah, no more. No more. Sixes relates to lovers. No more pain in love. So maybe you have been successful of getting yourself away from situations, or yesterday we talked about rebirth, or starting a rebirth for your life. What is something about your past life, or this could be like past lives, or something about what you have done in the past that you do feel good about? And we get the Prince of Pentacles. And that's kind of like, he's like initiating changes to make himself more valuable, more creative, more, they're like creative endeavors, or endeavors that might have to do with raising status, or, you know, almost like eyes, you know, getting the eye of the public to acknowledge something, sending a message. You might be a messenger. You might have sent some messages in the past that really not only brought you success, but also, you know, lifted up others and gave them courage. You know, maybe your third eye. Maybe you've had times where your third eye was opening, and it really transformed your sense of self-worth. Next card is Judgment. What lessons did you learn from both your successes and failures? What have you learned from your successes and your so-called failures, right? Lessons are blessings, experiences, wisdom. You know, as long as we take the situation and we learn from it, and we learn from our mistakes, and we move on from them, or we rectify them. So you have been the star. You have done a lot, actually, with your life to, you know, raise the vibration, raise your light. There are certain aspects of your life where you have been the star. You know, even when people might not understand moving your ship away from some situations or whatever, you've continued to, you know, almost kind of float on air. It's like, you know, you're still somewhere in your higher soul or self, you're still working in, you know, the fifth dimension, or, you know, maybe in your sleep you're astro traveling to figure out how to, we can all be a star. We are all stars. A Wish Upon a Star, that came out in my reading the other day. And what is your general feeling about your life so far? And we get the Three of Cups upside down. Excuse me. So maybe, once again, the Twin Flame card. Maybe it's upside down because you're not in union with them, and you didn't realize it. You know? So it could be a feeling of like sadness on missing out on some celebrations, on missing out on, you know, more stardom, or, you know, maybe your ship went towards the wrong person. Or maybe you're really happy because you have found a soulmate. You have had a relationship that you both are working on, and it's a healthy one, and it's nurturing, and, you know, you might have had to, I don't know what that is, like knocking over a table or something, but cutting off the head, or whatever you had to do to get to this point of celebration, and, you know, a pride in your work, a pride in your accomplishments, a pride in And putting yourself, sometimes it's okay to be like, oh yeah, I am on this pillar, I am on this pedestal, like I did do really great in that time. And so think about the times where you were successful and then revisit those. And are you still utilizing those tools that you learned in your life? Can you build upon them? Do you need to bring them back? And the call, what message are you beginning to awaken to? The Four of Wands. Another twin flame card. You want to be with a soulmate or a person where it's an actual, wow, Four Wands. You can't get more fiery than that, you know, as far as like if this is turning into another love reading, guys, sorry. But anyways, you know, this is, I'm bringing you into, you know, your emperor, your emperorhood, going to get your empress, you know, and like the dragonfly, you know, or was that a bee, dragonfly? You know, you might have had to morph. You might have to morph. So very interesting. It's kind of like this card is a very interesting rendition of it, but it's kind of like traditionally known as like the happy family, the happy household. So they're asking you to wake up to that. What's going to make you happy? What is a happy household? Are you in one? Are you going to get one? What are you going to do? And the next question is, what can you no longer ignore? You can no longer ignore that if you're in a karmatic situation, and it's not a happy, healthy family, and it's not really a celebration, and it's not turning you into a star, and you're kind of thwarted in delivering messages and in obtaining abundance, it's because maybe you're in a situation where this is the healing card. So if it's upside down, that you're not healing, kind of stuck, but you're not stuck, right? It's kind of like the rest and rejuvenation and finding a place where you feel safe, where it's starting to light your fire and freeze up this pain, you know, forget about it, step away from it, journal it, write it down, you know, cozy up to your pet or cozy up to someone, or go into nature and meditate and sit with yourself, but at least let the healing process begin, right? What are you being asked to do? That one just wanted to sit up. The Hierophant. It's kind of like the traditional card, you know. It's kind of a card of, once again, like traditional marriages, getting together, make the most of your spiritual gifts. You are being asked to make the most of your spiritual gifts. And you're being asked to look inside for deep insight, to meditate, to, you know, you might need essential oils. You might need, you know, just different tools that can help you, you know, mature in your spirituality. Making sure that your third eye is open. Don't drink fluorinated water. I can't say it enough. And rebirth. Excuse me. What part of you will be transformed and reborn through following this calling? So if you really dig in deep, and you figure out, sorry you guys, I'm getting over a cold. Didn't wake up feeling so awesome today, but no, it's not the bee. It's just a cold. So anyways, what was it? What part of you will be transformed and reborn through following this calling? If you follow your calling and your higher purpose, and you get on a higher or your highest timeline, you are going to serve humanity in the highest possible way. So the part of you will be transformed is that you will no longer, this is kind of like traditionally like the, I'm squawking in my head just from the crows and different people, and like my freaking sword is like stuck in the ground, and it's like I'm stuck in my head, and I'm overthinking things, and it's just kind of like a lot of like in your head. And if you do have a twin flame and they're out there, you might actually like not be in union, but you might be spying on them. Sometimes this card is like the spying card, yeah. So you're not going to have that feeling anymore, that feeling of like anxiety. You know, there's a lot of swords here, like being in your head. Holy crap. You're stealing your own time by being stagnant. No more stagnancy. And result. If you heed that call, what changes does that create for you and for the world around you? What are the effects of your awakening? Wouldn't it be great if we got the all gifted? And we get the moon. No more depression. No more feeling confused. No more feeling lost. No more just kind of being in the dark. It's like, you know that you're on the right path. You will feel it. You will literally feel that you're not anymore. Like, see, they're in chain, you're not anymore in these chains. You want to be chained to true love. Let true love reign in. Not this, all this sneaky, I've got the keys and I'm going to be controlling and I'm actually kind of like this. I don't know, what is that, a snake? And I actually got a sword here, and you better watch out, because I got it and it's ready to go. Be careful of your karmatics, guys. And what are the effects of your awakening? The Chariot. When you wake up, you won't even be able to stop it. You will not be able to stop your horses from going. Because once you decide, your wings are going to go. They're going to fly. They're going to take off. Because this is like, the Chariot is 7. It's 7 again is, you know, bringing the Emperor and Empress, divine masculine, divine female again. It's like, I keep getting these readings about, you know, the twins who need to be coming together right now, you know, like, what are you so worried about? Like, your time is being stolen. Your person's time is being stolen. Like, you need to figure it out and move on, maybe. If you're with your karmic, why the heck are you with them? Like, they're thwarting every part of your entire life. It's ridiculous. They're stealing from you. Your karmic is stealing from you, and we had a reading yesterday, and guess what? Your debt has been paid. You don't have to worry. Like, you know that there's somebody out there, if you're with a karmic or you're not in a happy relationship, that, like, you've got to move out of it. And right now is the perfect time to do it, because we have Uranus that went retrograde in Taurus, and it's kind of like rapid change, like scissors, like cut that shit and move on. Let the reins, cut the reins, cut those reins. Where were the reins we had earlier? It was on the moon. Where are you, Moon? You know, we want these reins. We don't want to be trapped. And in fact, you already, these aren't even hidden factors anymore, guys. This is very spiritual. Like, come on, you've got the keys. You've got the keys to your mind, body, soul, higher self, intuition. You can do this, and you can cut those dogs loose. They don't look very nice, at least that one, right? And why has she got the sword at the one that doesn't look like it's like ready to attack? This is an interesting deck. So let me just get, if you have a question, a specific question. I don't use this deck that much. I don't always connect to it, but excuse me. Angel answers, if you have a specific question, you guys, think of it now. Could be yes, no. It could be some advice. And ask your angels, right? Look for the signs, look for the synchronicities. There's messages in the weather. There's messages in the feather. There's messages in your mailbox. There's messages in your, I don't know, you know, the box in your brain that holds a spot for your angels, and you just gotta open Pandora's box and let them in and not be scared of what you're gonna find out. And we got another card for you. There's something better, baby. There is something better than toxic, karmic, one-sided, narcissistic, selfish, like curt, destructive, defiance. You know, some people are just really getting sucked into that energy and materialism and 3Dism and yeah, this is not the life. This is not the life just to be floating around, guys. Up in the sky. No, we could be an angel. We're trying to be an earth angel, but we do need to be grounded. And lastly, once again, listen to your intuition. Listen to your stomach. Listen to the synchronicities. Listen to the messages. Listen to the things that you hear in your head. Listen to songs you hear on the radio. You know, maybe there's something that was said once in a book that you kind of remembered that you need to revisit, or, you know, maybe you have a book of poems and there's something in there that'll trigger you that, you know, your guides are going to tell you how to start healing. But ultimately, it's free will. It's up to you. Yes, it is, but I'd rather see you happy. Because you're ready for happiness. You're sick of surviving. If you're even surviving anymore, it's time to start living. And some big happy changes are coming, you guys. I love you to pieces. I hope this helps somebody. And get your wheel going. Get your wheel going faster and forward if it's not. Because judgment is here.